So welcome back to Dungannon, John.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me here.
First time I've seen you since the cup final. Well, first time sober I've seen you since the cup final. What a couple of years it's been now.
Yeah.
Starting at Oak Park.
Yeah.
Just now Moore Park. The Viva. Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk me through it.
Unbelievable, yeah. So basically a bit of a whirlwind over the last 2 years or so. Obviously coming from playing for Down and winning the Tottenham Cup, then moving to playing part-time in a final year university degree, getting that wrapped up, winning an Irish Cup with Dungannon, and then moving on and thankfully winning the double now with Shamrock Rovers. So
happy days, yeah. What an 18 months. But we were sitting here 18 months ago, we were actually sitting in the stand there and we had a wee chat. You were looking great after your pre-season run.
Yeah.
And you were talking me through your goals and stuff and how you came over your ankle injury and all that. Like you said, you didn't put yourself under any pressure, but do you think that helped you in a sense of last season, how well you performed because you were playing with just freedom?
Yeah. Whenever I came in with Rod, I remember him saying, like I said before, he always wants you to play with a smile on your face. So it was that sense of freedom. He gave me a clean slate to come in and play, enjoy my football, and thankfully I came in and I scored goals and enjoyed myself while I was here.
Would you say last season was like nearly a breakthrough season for you?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with, as I mentioned, I struggled with injuries maybe when I was in my 18, 19, and then I had a major ankle surgery when I was 20. So coming in here and getting a clean slate after surgery and stuff was massive.
He also mentioned whenever you signed that Rodney was such a big pull for you to come here. He was looking at you I think he was at Glentoran, he was looking to sign, but you were like, no. What made you come here?
I think whenever things like that happen, whenever a manager is interested in you previous, and I was a free agent, and he again shows interest, I think for a player, that someone who wanted to just go and play as many games as I could, stay injury free, that was a massive pull for me because he said, I'm going to play week in, week out, I'm going to score goals, and it sort of just fills you with confidence then. So it was a no-brainer.
We obviously punched well above our weight last season with finishing fourth.
Yeah.
You were to help with that obviously, and the cup final. Like, put in perspective, how was last season just for you personally and collectively as a club?
Firstly, on a personal note, it was an unbelievable season. Like, I enjoyed every single minute of it. The standard of football that we played at was unbelievable. People throughout the league talked about it all the time. We were credited for playing such good football. Some of the goals we scored were unbelievable. So personally playing in a team like that was absolutely class, and then collectively as a team to go and finish, I think it was joint points total, the highest Dungannon have ever finished, and then going and add an Irish Cup to that was, on a personal level, it felt like a massive achievement for me, but then collectively for everyone here was an even bigger achievement.
I think you've done your stage in life correctly, in my opinion anyway.
Yeah.
That you've graduated university with your degree and then you've now gone on to play full-time football. How important was that to get your education behind you before?
Yeah, so over the past 4 years, obviously I was in Queens in Belfast, so I was sort of balancing football and university studies, so trying to get
partying.
Sometimes not as much as others, obviously due to football reasons, but yeah, I found that balance really good, especially when I was here. It was like coming towards the last couple of months of university is obviously very stressful. It's probably not meant to be as stressful because you're meant to do work throughout the year, but I'd say the majority of people, you're trying to get everything done and wrapped up for your dissertation or whatever. And coming here was nearly like a relief from my studies, and then at the end getting over the line and ended up doing well in my university degree, and then having an Irish Cup was like just to top off that year altogether.
And then obviously you're at Shamrock Rovers now. How did that move come about? Was that a case of, was there a couple of clubs interested in you, or like here was it always Shamrock? Yeah,
so there was a couple of clubs obviously interested in me. When I was chatting to Keith, he said there was clubs that had got in contact about signing me, but Shamrock Rovers were the main ones. They were interested in Stephen Bradley, the manager of Shamrock Rovers. He came down and he was watching my games and stuff. And for me, things like that are massive because they're coming down to watch you play. And he said, like, me performing week in, week out and doing things not knowing he was there and then knowing that he was there, I was able to continue the level of performance some of them games. That was a massive pull for me. And then eventually things progressed and he got in contact with me, got in contact with the club, and thankfully we were able to get a deal done.
How big of an adjustment was it going from part-time and uni to full-time football?
Yeah, it's a bit of a change. For the first while, obviously I'm used to it now, but the first while was strange because I was so used to, like, the routine that I was in was like waking up in the morning, going to university or going to the library, studying, and then coming home, eating, driving straight to training for Dungannon. Whereas now I don't have university studies, and I'm waking up and going to train in the morning. So the morning and nighttime training was a bit different, but no, the standard's a big step up. I think for the difference between obviously part-time and football, or part-time and full-time football, is you're on the pitch more, you're doing more technical stuff, so you feel a lot sharper and things like that.
And obviously you've mentioned you've won the double as well with Shamrock.
Yeah.
Like, how does that feel? If your neck's going to be sore with all these medals you have?
Yeah, unbelievable. Like, if I was to come in and say, what do you want to do in your first 6 months of signing for any club, or win as many trophies or as many titles as you can, and going in and winning the league, and then winning the FAI Cup as well for Rovers, to win a double for the first time since the 1980s, I think it was unbelievable.
Do you still keep an eye on our results?
Yeah, of course. Watch all the highlights of all the games, and have them favoured on Flash Score, so I always keep up to date.
Hopefully you'll be getting lots of notifications. And final question is, you're a very big coffee connoisseur.
Yeah.
Where's your favourite coffee house in Dublin?
I went to actually one in the north of the city a couple of weeks ago. I drove into it one of our days off, called Grindstone. Best coffee in Dublin so far.
Happy days. John, thank you.
Not a bother.